Once in a land far to the east, there were 3 brothers who lived in a cave, but they were not happy about it. The oldest brother asked their mother, "Why must we live in a cave? Everyone else lives in a house." "Everyone does," she told them. "It is because of the earthquake god. If we built houses, he would come and wreck them." The middle brother said, "What if we built a house he couldn't wreck?" "No one knows how," said their mother. The youngest brother said, "Then we should try and find out." The brothers all agreed they should build such a house, but they could not agree how. So, they each set out to build a house of their own. The oldest brother went into the hills and gathered stones. He worked and he sweated until he had piled them up into a wall. Then he mixed sand and lime and water into a fine paste. With this, he spread between the stones and let it harden into mortar. When it was done, he stood back admiring it. He told himself, "It is as strong as a mountain. The earthquake god will not be able to destroy it." The middle brother gathered tall, straight trees, then split them into planks and smoothed them on the flat stones by the river. Then he pegged them together and raised them up around himself. When it was done, he stepped inside. He put his hands on the wooden posts and said, "It is as strong as a tree. The earthquake god will not be able to destroy it." The youngest brother went into the forest and gathered long poles of bamboo. He tied them together with tough hempen cord. When it was done, he walked inside and, leaning against a pole, said, "It is as strong as the grass. We shall see if the earthquake god can destroy it." One day, the earthquake god came down the mountain and saw the 3 houses below. On legs like pillars, he strode toward the oldest brother's house of stone. "So," he said, "they try to build houses, do they?" The earthquake god stamped his feet, and as he stamped, he shouted, "Earth shake! House break!" The earth shook and the house shivered. The mortar cracked and the stones fell down. The earthquake god laughed. The oldest brother crawled out and ran to his brother's house of wood, but it was not long before the earthquake god arrived. "Another one! Well, this one won't last any longer." He stamped his feet and shouted, "Earth shake! House break!" The earth shook, and the house shuddered. The pegs snapped, and the walls leaned over. The earthquake god laughed. The 2 brothers crawled out and ran to their brother's house of bamboo. But soon the earthquake god arrived there too. "Still another, but this one looks weakest of all." He stamped and shouted, "Earth shake! House break!" The earth shook, and the house swayed. The cord strained and the bamboo wobbled, but then it sprang back straight. The earthquake god frowned. He stamped harder, then harder still. But nothing he did could wreck the bamboo house. At last, in a fury, he stamped back up the mountain. The brothers were happy to see him go. And then the oldest asked the youngest, "Why did your house stand when ours did not?" And the middle brother said, "Yes, why?" The youngest brother answered, "You tried to make your houses stronger than the earthquake god, but I made mine weaker. Whatever bends does not break." And that is why, forever after, everyone in that land built houses of bamboo. Poor earthquake god, the end.